Hi guys, great to have you for another video, and I'm going to be going over niche research. This is just going to be specifically focused on Amazon, and it's going to be free and easy to follow. So check out the methods in this video. So just before we get started, we are going to need some important free downloads, as this makes our niche research much faster and easier. And the first one is going to be DS Amazon Quick View. Now this just allows us to see BSRs much easier and faster. And then the other downloads are going to be by Self-Publishing Titans. And the first one, KDP Research Chrome Extension, just summarizes your data for you quite easily. Then the second one is KDP Keyword Expander Extension, and this is just going to give you more keywords. So the first method involves just taking a look through Amazon's best sellers, and this is a great method because Amazon is basically telling you which books are selling well. So this gives us a great idea of which books are in demand. So what we need to do as soon as we go to Amazon.com is click on the best sellers. And once this is loaded, we'll go to books. Then already we can see all the best sellers in books, but this is going to be all of the more established authors. We can see all of these BSRs. These are super insane. These will be selling crazy amount of books each day. But what I like to do is to take a look on the left, so we can see all these different categories. You can see business and money, you can see calendars, children's books, Christian books and Bibles, comics, computer and technology, cookbooks. So there's so many different categories that you can take a look through, and whichever might pique your interest at the time, you can just have a click on. So I'm going to take a look at children's books and let that load. So again, this is showing us the books that are really in demand. You can see these are still super low BSRs. We're not going to be able to compete against a lot of these books, but what you can do is take a scroll through for maybe some ideas for common themes. And even from these first 10 books alone, we can already see some Christmas books. We can see Halloween books. So it's just giving us an idea of what is in demand in this specific niche and what people are looking for. Again, in the left-hand side now, we can see even more categories as well. So we can niche down even more. So where I'm going to go to is activities, crafts, and games. In your own time, you can click and have a look through different categories. So what you can do again is take a look through this page, just scroll down, and again looking for any ideas and common themes. So all we're doing is just simply rinsing and repeating. We're going deeper into each subcategory and then taking a look at what book is in demand. So what I'm going to do again is click on activity books, because I would be interested in making an activity book. And then we can scroll through, again, see any common ideas or themes. We've got some more Halloween books. We have quite a few different range of books, so there are a lot of ideas to kind of take the time and look through. But what I'm going to do again is niche down even more and take a look at maybe Dr. Dot. So on the left hand side, you can see that we've started on books, then we've gone into children's books, and we've gone into activities, crafts and games. We've gone into activity books, and then we finally settled with Dr. Dot. So we can take a look at this page. We can see the BSRs, which I think we can more likely compete with these kind of BSRs, and there'll be a lot more independent publishers here. So the first book that actually jumps out to me is actually book 10, just right here, a Halloween joke book for kids. I'm not too sure why it's in this category, but you can see its rank at the moment, 26,000. So it might just be something that you want to think about. Then taking a look at more books, we can see a Dot book for kids, ages 8 to 12, and on the right hand side you can see another dot to dot book for ages 4 to 8. So you might want to think about what age you want to target as well. We've got a 365 jumbo activity book for kids. Another book that does stand out for me is this Thanksgiving cut and paste workbook for kids ages 2 to 5. Then what we can do is open up the book. First of all, take a look at its title and any keywords that we can use if we want to create a book similar to this. Then we can look through the interior to see if it's possible to create something kind of similar or unique in our own style, and maybe think about where we can get graphics from, and also maybe see the price if we can compete with that. Maybe create a book with more pages and maybe charge a higher price, or maybe if you want to charge a lower price but create something of more quality. So they're the kind of things that you want to think about. You can even take a look through at this author and maybe other books that they may have created and get a few ideas in order to create your own unique book. The second method just involves using the Amazon search bar, and that's why I mentioned at the start it's important also that you download the keyword expander as well, because this is going to give you some extra keywords that you can think about using in your subtitle or even your backend keywords as well. So following on from the previous idea of the Thanksgiving cut and paste workbook for kids age 2 to 5, now what we can do is just using some of the keywords alone, it can give us a lot of niche ideas. And you'll see Paddy at Stacking Profit, he uses this method a lot. So what we need to do is we'll start off with the word workbook for kids and then see what comes up. So straight off the bat, it's already given us a lot of ideas for what people are already searching for. So we've got workbook for kids with dyslexia. We've got workbook for kids ages 4 to 8. We've also got workbook for kids with autism. It's also given us examples for some keywords we can use before, such as learning, cursive, handwriting workbooks for kids, Spanish, English workbooks for kids, Halloween, scissor, skills workbooks for kids. So then the next step is to build a list of these niches and keywords. The easiest way to have done this would have been to download the keywords here, but only paid subscribers to Self-Publishing Titans can do that. But what you can do is build up your own list on an Excel document, and you can do that on Google Docs. So I've just done a quick example for you here. We've got keywords, then Self-Publishing Titans gives us a niche score which we can put down, then the number of results for the keyword and the average BSR. So let's take a look at the first keyword option it's given us here, workbook for kids with dyslexia, and see what comes up. So this is why the download of the KDP Chrome Research extension is important, as it just summarizes all the important data for you quite quickly. So it's given us a keyword niche score of 70, which is really good. It actually says anything from 60 or 50 plus is a great niche to go for. So the total results for this particular keyword is actually 384, and on the first page it shows 16 results, and of these 16 results 15 are independently published, which is another strong indicator for this niche. The average BSR is lower, so we're looking at roughly 435,000 average bestseller rank. But just scrolling down through the first couple books, what we can see is that there are 3 ads first of all. So the first is somebody's shop, then the second are 2 books. So there's not really a lot of ads to compete with in this niche. So that's something that I also think about if you want to run ads. Then we can see some of these BSRs also. We've got 37,000. We've got roughly one which is 5,000, another one which is 9,000. And what's great is these are independently published books. This one is roughly 740,000. This next one is actually for dyscalculia, but it has a BSR of 266,000. And then going on to the fifth book, we've roughly got a BSR of 151,000. And again, another independently published book. Another thing to highlight is the average price of this book. So if you're thinking about creating something like this, these books have a really high price, so they would be making a good royalty from this type of book. So what we now need to do is put some of the data into the spreadsheet. So we can just copy and paste the keyword. So we know that the niche score is 70, so we can put that in. Then the results are 384 for the amount of books. And then finally, the average BSR is roughly 435,000. So I'm actually going to add on 2 more categories. And the next one is just going to be a color indicator. So I'm going to give it a green, as I think this is something that I should target. And then the final one is going to be ads. And as mentioned, we could only see 3 ads for that specific keyword. So this gives me all the indications that this is definitely a keyword that I should target. And then what you can do is just build up the other keywords and then just have a nice little list of keywords and niches that you want to target. So thanks for watching another video. If you got anything to say, then just comment down below. And if this video was helpful, then drop a like as it helps the channel. Until next time, take care.